Hi friends, welcome to Sunday Seeds. I'm Miss Rachel from St. Stephen's Saplings Program, and we are going to talk about the King of Kings today. So we have been in a very long season after Pentecost, where everything is green like these lovely trees behind us. And today we're celebrating something different, something, a symbol of change. The King of Kings Sunday also represents the end of our church year calendar. And so, while everything has been green and symbolizing green because of our ordinary time, we're going to go into, well, this is yellow, but we're going to be in gold and white today. So pay attention when you see service and look at what the vestments are, what people are wearing on the altar or what is dressing the altar, our table where we all come to worship. All right, friends, I would like to sing a song with you, so get on up. Here we go. All right, and it's got something to do with hands. Oh, that was a great question. Who is this King of Kings? Jesus. Very good. I am so proud of you all. So, we're going to sing a song about what Jesus has in his hands. Because he's the king, and so he's got to take care of all these things, right? And if you recognize it, please sing along. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got the itty bitty babies in his hands. He's got the itty bitty babies in his hands. He's got the itty bitty babies in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the mamas and the papas in his hands. He's got the mamas and the papas in his hands. He's got the mamas and the papas in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Kitties and puppies? Sure, them too. He's got the kitties and the puppies in his hands. He's got the kitties and the puppies in his hands. He's got the kitties and the puppies in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Very good, my friends. So, our Lord of Lords, King of Kings Sunday, we are talking, yes indeed, about Jesus. All right, my friends? We've also, throughout this season, a season after Pentecost, we spoke about faith practices and things that we can do to work on forgiveness, generosity, action, doing what we say, acceptance, welcoming people in, encouragement, helping others feel good about what they're doing, giving, to see what it is you have and what you may give to offer, love, 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 love. Yes, the greatest of all these is love and humility, to be humble in the Lord. Prepare, to be prepared, to always be prepared for God's presence and arrival. Talents, our talents. We talked about talents. What are we good at? What do we have? What has God gifted us to share with the world around us? How do we share those? Yes. And service. How do we give service to the world around us? How do we help take care of those in need? So my friends, because today's story, once again, we're going to read from our Spark House World Bible, and we are going to read a story that says, serving people, serving Jesus. I love these pictures. Here we are. How do we find Jesus? Because, well, yes, he's everlasting and living, but he's in heaven now. So how do I serve him today? Well, let's listen to this story from the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 31 through 46. Jesus, how do you know who serves you and who doesn't? The disciples wondered. Well, I know who serves me, like a shepherd knows his sheep, says Jesus. A shepherd knows how to tell a sheep from a goat, and people who serve me are like my sheep. People who don't are like goats. Well, we want to be like sheep, the disciples said. How may we serve? Well, when you serve other people, you serve me. Jesus smiled. Don't you love it when you think about Jesus smiling? I do. When you feed someone who is hungry, you serve me. When you share a blanket with someone who is cold, you serve me. When you care for someone who is sick, you serve me, says Jesus. The disciples looked pleased with themselves. Of course they knew how to serve Jesus. Well, I wonder why it was so important, little Ada asks. I wonder why it was so important to tell the difference between goats and sheep. Well, little Otto says, well, they do call Jesus the good shepherd, not the good goat herder. So here are our friends doing some service, sharing blankets, okay? Let's see. But Jesus warned, when people do not serve others, they do not serve me. Every time you ignore someone in need, it is like you have ignored Jesus too. Uh-oh. The disciples looked at each other. They felt nervous as they started to think, oh, what if they had ignored someone who needed help? Oh, how can we be sure we always serve you, Jesus? The disciples asked, oh, how? Well, the others. Help others. Share. Love each other, Jesus replied. God's kingdom is for those who show their love by serving others in need. All right, little Otto and Ada at the bottom. Yep, here we are. We've got, look at this. It's so important that we serve others in need. These pictures on both pages are the people feeding people and sharing shelter and taking care of the sick. Let's see. And again, feeding people, sharing shelter, and feeding the sick or caring for the sick. So important. So little Otto says, but can I ignore someone if I can't think how to serve them? I don't think that's what Jesus meant, Otto. So it might not always be easy to come up with how to help someone. Sometimes just being there could be the help that person needs. Sometimes it's being the person who offers the help is just what that person needs. So today, my friends, as we celebrate our King of Kings and the end of our church year calendar, we are going to make something. I've got 2 pieces of paper and I've chosen yellow because they are the closest I have to gold. But if you have white paper, that works too, because today's color is also white. How cool is that? White and yellow, and well, white and gold really are the colors. And I've got tape. We have scissors if we'd like to use them. Let's see. My first one, I believe I'm gonna go for a halvesies. You can make a super long one by starting out by doing, oh, super long what? I don't know. Well, I've chosen yellow because it's like gold, and something that's gold that kings would wear. A crown. We're gonna make a crown. I think I'm gonna make mine a little smaller. I'm gonna go for using half a sheet of paper. All right. And here